Hello all, Old Geek here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the often controversial topic of alignment. I'm not going to discuss whether or not you should use alignment in your game, because of course you should, or whether or not the game is better or worse with alignment mechanics practically removed from later editions. It's worse. But no. In a game of any version of D&D, in which the DM uses alignment, it is important that everybody is on board with the definitions and the expectations of each of those traditional 9 alignments. What are the core tenets of lawful or chaotic, and what defines good and evil? For me, law typically means organised and respectful of a society's hierarchy, in addition to simply making an effort to abide by the law. Chaotic tends to mean more impulsive, focusing on personal freedom and expression, and generally not caring about the laws of the land. But note that a chaotic individual might still respect the traditions of their own culture, though. The good and evil axis for me refers to the general attitude towards others, to life and to possessions. A good person will respect life and might be generous with time, possessions or wealth. They will seek to minimise the suffering of the innocent and are also likely to find any unnecessary suffering caused to the not so innocent to be distasteful. Evil people tend to think only of themselves. Many think of evil as finding enjoyment in causing suffering. I tend to lean towards them simply being more willing to do so. They might not actively seek to hurt others, but they don't care if they do, as long as the outcome is beneficial to the evil individual. Neutral components to alignments, in my opinion, mean that those individuals place their main focus on the other half of the alignment description. I've seen people claim that neutrality is akin to apathy, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Anyway, for a bit of fun, I'm going to demonstrate my own opinion on how each alignment is likely to act in an example situation. Remember though, alignment is descriptive, not prescriptive. So these are just some possibilities. Imagine the scene. A vibrant city, traders and inns are doing well as adventurers return with their spoils. But some people are down on their luck. A lame beggar sits beside the entrance to an alleyway near the Thirsty Ferret, one of the most popular inns in town. He is genuinely down on his luck. His gammy leg is visible to all. How would a typical individual of each alignment respond? Assume in each case that the person is heading to the inn and has a pouch of silver pieces that they are planning to spend on a good meal and several foaming mugs of ale. So let's begin with lawful good. Oh my. Excuse me, good sir, but may I be of assistance? Do I have any coin? Well, yes, but you need more than simply a few silvers. I hear the local priesthood can provide shelter and sustenance for a small donation to their cause, and I am prepared to make that donation on your behalf. No, it's not too much trouble. Here, let me escort you there safely. This pouch of silver should cover you for a short while, a few days, maybe a week. The food is basic, the home comforts are lacking, but it is better than a filthy alleyway. Then tomorrow I shall approach the town council and see if we can arrange a more permanent solution. Lawful good, organised, compassionate, doing the right thing. Those are the core tenets. But the law is there for a reason, to improve the lives of all. Next, let's consider neutral good. Oh, you poor man, are you in pain? It's shocking that in such a place where riches flow so freely that the poor are left to fester like this. Come, let me get you a hot meal. Then after we've eaten, I'll take you to the temple. I have coin at home. I can give them all the donations that they require. Short, to the point. Neutral good. The motivation is simpler. While structure, law and order have their place, working towards the common good takes precedent. On to chaotic good now. Oh, look at that poor man. He hurries home and gets some more money. Come and join me. I have enough silver for us both to enjoy a hearty meal and a gallon of ale. Tell me your story. Shocking, isn't it? When honest traders are charged taxes on their wealth, I would have expected that those such as yourself would have some support from the town council. But no, they only care about lining their own pockets. Typical of such council types. You mentioned while we were chatting you like music. Tomorrow I shall buy you a flute, and that way you will be able to earn yourself your own food and shelter, and in the process entertain people. A most worthwhile pursuit. Follow your passion in life. A kind and generous heart, a disdain for those in power, favours creativity and imagination over the tedium of an orderly life. That's typical of chaotic good. Right, now on to lawful neutral. A shocking sight, and not a good look for the city. His plight is worrying, though, and I can't help but feel some empathy for the poor soul. But if I were to give him coin, it would only encourage such behaviour. The inn can wait. There's a bakery over the road that is still open. I shall buy the poor man a loaf. After all, he might squander silver on ale if he were so tempted. And food is what he needs right now, not alcohol. Nevertheless, I shall raise this at the council meeting tomorrow. Traders pay taxes, and there should be measures in place to ensure that at least a portion of the budget that is set aside for city improvements is set aside to address the issue of vagrancy. Excuse me, sir. I have bought you this loaf. It should sustain you for now, but please, you have what you need. Now move along. Everything is in place for a reason. Laws exist, supposedly to help as many people as possible, but the letter of the law is more important than the individual. So, move along. True neutral. Where there is wealth, there is inevitable poverty. Where there are comforts, there is suffering. Such is the way of life. Nevertheless, this man is clearly genuine. He desires only food and little warmth. Good evening, sir. I have enough silver to feed two. Would you care to join me for a meal? I can't stretch to ale as well, but a few hours in the inn must certainly be preferable to a night shivering hungrily on the street. I'm sure you can repay me with some interesting tales, as you must have seen much in your life up until now. Too many treat true neutral as total apathy. No. Neutrality is an acceptance of the balance of life. There's the rough and the smooth, the giving and the taking. They tend to be somewhat non-committal towards agendas, and while they will tend to prioritise their own existence and that of those they may care for, they're not selfish. At least, not always. Chaotic neutral. What? You poor wretch! So much for this town being a bastion of wealth and civilization. Let me improve your life. Here, take my pouch of silver, and come with me to the inn, where we shall have a feast and get drunk together. Oh, hang on. Give me a few minutes, I'll be back. I've just given you all the coin I have on me. I tell you what, I'll come back with a little extra. I hear the Brazen Strumpet Inn over in the Docks district is putting on a little extra entertainment tonight. Let's make a night of this. Oh, brothers in arms! Chaotic neutral is not an excuse to do nasty stuff without having a big neon evil tag above you. It's about independence, freedom, impulsivity, and the ability to live your life as you wish without constraint. Now we move on to the evil alignments, starting with lawful evil. A beggar. How can I work this to my advantage? Wait, There are people coming. Oh, you poor, poor thing! Here, let me give you a silver so that you might get a meal. I think that the other group of people saw me do that. Good. It'll be of benefit to my reputation. If people hear of my generosity, then it puts me in good standing to be promoted on the town council. And besides, it was cheap. Just 1 silver. I have several more. Plenty for my own hot meal and mugs of ale. Thank you, Mr. Beggar. You have been of benefit to me today. I hope we can do business again sometime in the future. Scheming, selfish, patient, organised, always on the lookout for ways to abuse the system. That's lawful evil. Neutral evil. This is a short one. A beggar? How pathetic. A silver, you say? You are hungry? Well, so am I, and I have silver, and you do not. Goodbye. I tell you what, if you're still here when I've eaten my fill, maybe I'll treat you to a tale afterwards of just how much I enjoyed it. And that's how generous I am. Selfish in the extreme. Compassion. Well, if any is ever shown by a neutral evil, then it's most likely fake. And they want something. Chaotic evil. Yes. I have coin. How much is a meal in the inn? 1 silver. And how much for an ale? 3 copper. Have you had much luck today? Oh, you've only raised 4 copper pieces. That'll be why you're still out begging at this hour, as it's not enough for a meal. Well, I only have enough for myself. Maybe the next group coming along will have more. There is nobody coming. I'll be relieving you of that 4 copper pieces. It'll be enough to buy me an extra beer, with 1 copper left over. And I tell you what, if I'm feeling generous, I might give you that 1 copper back when I leave. But maybe I won't. And don't think to call the guard. I'll slit your throat if you utter so much as a whisper. To me, that's how you play evil characters. None of them would kill the beggar without a real reason to do so. Of course, this is all my own personal interpretation, and there's flexibility within each alignment for different responses. But this is how I would most likely approach each situation if I were the character in question. Isn't lawful evil such a delicious alignment? I mean, personal profit through underhand means, clickbait titles on YouTube videos to get a few more clicks and bring in that luscious advertising revenue. I've been the Old Geek. See ya.